Maureen McDonald, Virginia's former First Lady, is headed to prison. I'm Ric Blackwell. This story tops your Newsmax Now update. A U.S. district judge sentenced McDonald to 1 year and 1 day for her involvement in bribery while her husband was governor. Maureen asked the judge to consider the punishment she's already endured. She says her marriage is, quote, broken, her family is hurting, and her reputation is ruined. The Obama administration is sidestepping criticisms for unveiling its latest plan to recapture an Iraqi town controlled by ISIS and insists U.S. ground troops will not play a role.
We believe it is in the best interests of American national security for the Iraqi people and their nation's military forces to fight for their own country.
The Pentagon plans to use thousands of Iraqi and Kurdish troops to go on the offensive against ISIS sometime in April or May. The U.S. military will help train the force, which could grow to about 25,000 troops. Over in Europe, Germany and France warn Russia to observe the Minsk peace agreement in Ukraine. French President Francois Hollande says any country that violates the agreement will face sanctions. Meanwhile, Germany's Angela Merkel says her country is considering new sanctions against Moscow. But the warning won't stop the Russian-backed rebels. Today, they're celebrating the fact they took over yet another town in eastern Ukraine. Kiev believes Russia is sending more tanks and weapons into the region. And if you think politics in the U.S. is rough, check out how they do it in Turkey. Lawmakers throwing punches during a late-night debate over a new security bill. One legislator ended up falling down a flight of stairs during the brawl. This is the second time this week this has happened in Turkey. And on Tuesday, they threw chairs and a gavel at each other. Now, back here in the U.S., health officials knew that contaminated medical equipment posed a deadly threat to hospital patients, and the FDA failed to fix the problem. The news comes after the spread of a so-called superbug at the UCLA hospital. Officials there say the scopes were cleaned properly, but were still tainted with the drug-resistant bacteria.
Because of the complexity of these scopes, which is necessary for the life-saving procedures that are performed with these scopes, they are very, very difficult to clean.
Nearly 200 patients at UCLA's Ronald Reagan Medical Center may have been exposed. There are 7 confirmed cases of infection, and 2 people may have died as a result. Major League Baseball is preparing for the new season. Officials announced today that stadiums will post clocks to start timing pitching changes and between inning breaks. The move comes as the league tries to speed up the game, but the pitch clock experimenting during the Arizona Fall League will only be used for minor league teams. Now we're going to have another update coming your way in about 30 minutes. For now, let's head back to Midpoint with Ed Berlin.